Hi, I'm Kane, and today I'm going to go through the Ohmicide unit from Ohmforce for pluginboutique.com. It's a really advanced multiband distortion unit built for adding texture to your sounds and twisting them into huge sort of raucous layers. So let's take a look and I'll show you what it looks like. So, this is the overall layout of Ohmicide. It's a multiband distortion system with a built-in compressor and split into 4 adjustable bands. Starting at the top left-hand side of the screen, there is a setup button here where you can get updates amongst loading and saving settings and presets. There's also a bypass switch below this, and to the left is the trim dial for setting the input gain. And then to the far right of the device is where you can set the output gain and the mix levels here. In the middle of the screen, you're given a graphical display of what's happening to the signals as they're processed. And just to the right of this is where you can load and save preset banks. And then you can morph from one preset to another using the buttons here. These buttons are also assignable to MIDI notes, so that the device can be used live as well. All of the main parameters are found here in the main bulk of the window, and it's split up into 4 different frequency bands with identical parameters on each one, so I'll just go through the one for now. You can actually adjust the frequency crossover points here with these dials. The main section here is the compressor, where you can adjust the threshold, attack, release and amount, and you can also change the shape here to make the signal more fat or more sharp. You can also adjust the body using this dial here, which thickens the sound even more. And then you can adjust the gain below this to mix the levels of each band. Below and to the left of the gain dial is the distortion alteration dial. This essentially adds some resonance to the distortion, and it's slightly different depending on which distortion type you're using. And next to that is a small LCD display that allows you to change the different types of distortion. By clicking on the title here, you can actually access a whole bank of different distortion styles, and they're grouped into standard, XXX and odd. Below that you can adjust the bias of the distortion, and below that you can add feedback to the loop, and then the frequency of the feedback here, and then the amount of the stereo spread here. Below that is a pan dial, and to the right of the pan dial is a side button for anyone who's familiar with mid-side recording techniques. Then finally at the bottom around here you have the mixing controls with solo, mute, mix amount and a level slider. Finally, I've just put together a simple saw wave bassline loop, and I've made some presets in the bank here, so I'll just flick through some of these to show you what it's capable of. So that's the basics of Ohmicide from Ohmforce. It's a great tool for getting those big distorted elements into your production, and it's available for PC and Mac via pluginboutique.com now. Cheers, see you soon.